Shalom, my name is Szajnbrum. I'm a lawyer, and among the specialties of our practice in my office, I deal also with family law and bankruptcy. Wow, wait a second. Bankruptcy? Pshitat regel? Well, it was called bankruptcy. I don't know how it's called today in English or how you would call in America. It's a new law. It's a new conception. So in Hebrew, it's divided by two. The name of the law is Chadlut Piraon Veshikum Kalkali, which means I am not capable of paying my debts, and I want now a new way, a new page, Shikum Kalkali. I want to be economically reformed. Unfortunately, like every new law, the emphasis was given to the first part. For the bankruptcy, I'm not capable of paying my debts. And somehow, they forgot a little bit, or they forgot, too much forgot. The second part is giving you a chance to open a new page, a new life, with new horizons, which is called Chadul Piraon Veshikum Kalkali. Help me, Lashikum Kalkali. This part I will not touch because it's much more complicated. It's not very well done yet, and it's like a Swiss cheese, a lot of holes. This whole law has a lot of laws, and they have highs and lows in the law. For example, in the end of the process, if you still have debts for child support, alimony, or child support, just called child support, it will not be pardoned. It will not be forgiven. You finish the process, all the debts will be forgiven, not child support. Well, there are others that won't be forgiven, meaning serious criminal cases, fines that you got from the police, or fines you got from the government. These will not be forgiven, but in general, these are small. The big issue, the big sum that you still be owing as child support. And unfortunately, I don't have good news for this. After the process, you still have the child support as a debt. But today, I don't want to talk about the process. I want to talk about something that people are not aware. Not every lawyer specializes in the case, and not every lawyer wants to tell you the details or the truth of after. Okay, as we all know in the new law, after 18 months, exactly, 18 chodashim, after 18 months, you have your day in court, you have your first, and probably if it's a good lawyer, the last hearing. This is not a simple hearing, this is a hearing where you will receive in the end an exemption from all the debts that you can't pay. Let's say that it was decreed in the first stage of the case, before the hearing, that you have to pay $100 a month. Okay, but your total debt, it's $50,000. No way you're going to pay $100 and pay up the $50,000. So it might be after 18 months paying the $100, the judges say, you know what? You can pay another 36 or another 54, no more than 54 payments. Well, in Israel, when I say no more, always it's possible to have some exemptions or exceptions or a special case. It could be longer, but as a rule, in general, it's 54 payments. So let's say you pay 54 multiplied by 100, okay, it's not even $10,000. What happened? Someone has to pay the lawyer for the government. So in this case, in this specific case, won't be enough. The government, you pay the lawyer. But what happened to the rest of the money? You be forgiven. You be pardoned. But then, what happened after you pay all the payments? You are pardoned, you pay the last payment, let's say 54 payments, and then you're lucky and you get first prize in a lottery, and you got $1 million. Well, you get $1 million if the time, elapsed time between the last payment and the date that you won the lottery, it's less than 24 months, you'll pay your debts. Even the parts that were excused, pardoned. Yes. And if you get as a gift an apartment, they will come after that. And if for an inheritance before the 2 years passed, you will pay the remaining debt. Other than that, you don't have to pay anything. So if you didn't win the lottery, you didn't get inheritance, you got nothing, and 2.5 years passed, and then jackpot, you have the first prize. It's all yours. You don't have to give anything else. So remember, the Chadlut Piraon, it's not a short case. Any lawyer that tells you that he ends the case in 18 months is not telling you the truth. It's not. It's not telling the whole story. The process ends when it ends. It could be 5 years, 7 years, 3 years, but there's no way that it ends in 18 months other than special cases where you really can't pay, you're very sick, you're very old. Other than that, it'd be long. It's a process that asks you or demand from you being humble. Please remember, good representation, a good lawyer, doesn't matter who, speaks Hebrew, speaks English, speaks your language, it's not enough. It must be someone with experience and knowledge of the new law. Have a good day, and I hope I never meet you for this kind of case.